it's me, Lauren again. Hi! Long time no talk to, right? So this video is about some things that I've been thinking about for a really long time, and the things that, I've always wanted to go to Japan for a very, very long time, but these are the more practical things that I've had to consider, and things that I'm okay with after a very, very long time deliberating these things. And they're things that I think everybody should think of if they're considering leaving the country for a very long period of time, or going to Japan to teach English. Particularly this one is about Japan, but I think there are things that you should consider for any country, but definitely this is specifically for Japan. So I hope you guys learned something and, maybe take my advice and think about these things yourself in your own time. Alright, so the first thing that, I thought about for this video was attire. So Japan is an extremely conservative country, particularly in the workplace. Granted, there are a lot of girls that I saw when I was in Japan wearing like extremely short shorts or practically nothing. But those were casual clothes. Those were not at all clothes that would be acceptable in the work environment. So in terms of the work environment, I came up with a bunch of outfits that, well, not a whole bunch, but some outfits that would not be acceptable, and then outfits that would be acceptable. Especially if you're going to be a teacher in a public school, you would need to wear, at the very least, business casual, but probably have like a suit jacket. Obviously, because I'm a woman, these are women's clothes guidelines, but if you are a man, I would think that like a suit with a jacket and maybe a tie would probably be good most of the year, and you could probably take your jacket off too, if you wanted to, and have it be a little more casual. Yeah, so and also I have included a couple different shoes, so I'm gonna sort of voice over these and tell you which is okay, which is not okay, and why. So here are some outfits. Casual, no. Jeans, no. Of course not. The little black dress I wear to bars, no. This is what would be more appropriate, like a suit, jacket, skirt sort of deal. Without the jacket, it's more business casual, probably would be appropriate. Sandals, not okay for work. Slippers, no. Black flats, maybe okay as an indoor shoe sort of situation. So, little back shoes with heels, perfect. So next I'm going to show you some pictures of my loved ones. So there's a picture of my dog too when she was a puppy. But so just some pictures of my best friends and some pictures of my family. Just random pictures I had in my room. I have more, a lot more, but these are just ones that I see every day in my room. So, but these are also people that are not coming with me to Japan. I'm going by myself. I don't know, and I do know people over there, but no one that I grew up with, and no one that I'm related to, and no one that I'm very, very close to is coming with me. So I'm not going to be with these people. So these are the pictures of my best friends and my family, my old roommate, and just everybody that I hold near and dear to my heart. And these are people that, let's say someone gets sick, or someone gets married, or there's a family emergency of some kind. I'm going to be 13 to 14 hours away from them, and I probably won't be able to, go immediately back to the US at the drop of a hat. So these are things that I have to consider when I'm going to be moving to Japan to work. And I'm okay with it, they're okay with it, but just, consider it. So next I'm going to go over cultural differences. I'm just going to show you a video of random items that I either got in Japan or at Japanese supermarkets, or people got for me knowing I like Japan. So it's like a random assortment of Japanese items. So obviously American culture or British culture or wherever culture that you, or Canadian culture, or whatever culture you're from, your home culture is going to be very different than Japanese culture. I mean, I studied abroad in Scotland for a semester, and even British culture and American culture are very different, like way more different than you would expect. And they're both Western countries. A country like Japan is going to be completely different, and you're going to have to learn to be open-minded and understanding, and maybe that's going to be difficult for you. So I'm going to talk over this video again, go over some things maybe I just said, I don't know, but just some things to consider. So because I can't actually show you cultural differences, I'm just showing you, random items that I had lying around in my room that are from Japan. So there are going to be a lot of things that are not going to be the way that you do them in your home country. You're going to have tea every day, with every meal instead of water, and that's going to be weird. Are you going to be okay with it? Certain bowls are for rice, like that's a rice bowl. Some bowls are for soup. You're going to have to use chopsticks. There are like a gazillion different words for fan. It's definitely different, and everything's gonna be overloaded with cuteness. Are you okay? Are you gonna be okay with that? And because you are a foreigner, you're not gonna have the freedoms that you enjoy in your home country. You are basically an ambassador for America or Canada or the UK, and people are gonna look for you to be, that example. You have to be on your best behavior. And you're going to be a role model in society. So, and also don't expect to become Japanese. You will never be Japanese. You're always going to be a product of your culture. So this last thing is language, and it's probably like, it sounds really obvious, but I do talk to a lot of people who, like family friends and family and my friends, and they ask me like, so everyone speaks English in Japan, right? I'm like, no. I mean, there's a reason that people go over there to teach English. I mean, everyone has to study English, but most people don't know enough to really communicate with you, and that is something that you have to consider. If you don't know Japanese, if you aren't willing to learn Japanese, you have, just no interest in learning it, that would be a really difficult thing for you to do. It would be helpful to study even a little bit before you go over. It'll go a long way. There are a lot of places and a lot of things that you're not going to be able to read a restaurant menu in every restaurant. I mean, sometimes it is translated into broken English, but most of the time it's not. Figure out how much things cost. Sometimes it's in, Arabic numbers, but most of the time they're not. Most of the time, not most of the time, but in like traditionally shops, they're going to be in Japanese. So you're going to be surrounded by another language all the time, and it's going to be very difficult to communicate with people in English or in Japanese. So just some things to consider. If you don't want to learn Japanese, if you have no patience with learning languages, I don't know, just consider these things. So here's just some random books and manga and textbooks that I've used in the past. I have more, but these are the ones that were easily accessible, that are all in Japanese. And you're going to be surrounded by things that are written in Japanese, and people are speaking to you in Japanese. You're going to be expected to respond. And just keep in mind that while everyone learns English, it doesn't mean they cared and, you know, they use it in their everyday lives. So it's going to be very, very difficult speaking to people. Really very difficult. You know, having dictionaries helps, but it also helps to learn the language that they speak. And they're really going to appreciate it if you try your best to speak Japanese with them. So just don't assume that everyone speaks English, because they don't. They read books like this. They speak Japanese. They watch TV shows in Japanese. And most English that they write in Japan doesn't really make sense. They think it makes sense, but it doesn't. So keep that in mind. And also your TV and your appliances are going to be in Japanese. So study some Japanese before you go. So, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and maybe, you know, you can think about these things in your spare time, and because I wouldn't want you to make a hasty decision or one that was impractical or only based on whatever, you know, dream you have in your head about what Japan would be like. Because I think Japan's a fantastic country. I've been there. But to go there without realizing everything that you're going to be giving up, I think would sort of be a tragedy, because you will be missing a lot, and to go there completely unprepared for everything that you're going to be missing could mean maybe you won't do so well as somebody else who already thought about all these things and was mentally prepared for all this. So everybody wants you to do well in life. No one wants to see you fail. So this is my thing for people that maybe haven't thought about all these things. And even if you have thought about these things, just think about them some more. You never know. More thought can't help, right? Just thinking. So keep an eye out for future videos from me. I'm not in Japan yet, but obviously, this is New Jersey. But I will be doing the visa process shortly. I'm still waiting for my certificate of eligibility and my placement information from Interac, but eventually I will have to go to the embassy in New York City and you know, do all this visa related stuff. That's it's gonna be first time for me, and I have a lot of questions about it, but I'll figure everything out for you guys and let you know, because I'm just like such a nice person, I guess. I don't know, but I would like the information, and I'm sure you would too. So yeah, so keep an eye out for that, and I'll probably do, when I do find out my placement, maybe I'll do a video about the place I'm going to be living in, because I would like to find out the information. Maybe you would be too. So yeah, I'll keep you posted on everything. Good luck in your own job searches. I know I've communicated with several of you about, particularly about Amity actually, because I think there's an Amity interview coming up this weekend. So good luck to all of you who are doing that. And yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye! Have a nice summer!